to know that it's a war. You have to know that it's a fight. All right? Because if not, then you just gonna give heed to whatever you think, people be like, oh no, I was born gay. No, that's the lust of your flesh that you giving into, and you think that you your flesh. All right? This is a fight, man. This is Matthew 26. Matthew chapter 26 and 41. It says, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Remember, Paul said, for to will is present with me. All right? Because his spirit was willing to keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly. All right? To do righteousness perfectly. All right? It says, but the flesh is weak. All right? And we are in this flesh. We're subjected to it. All right? See, but guess what? We have to fight. All right? We have to win those wars. We have to win that. All right? When our flesh want to sit up here and do something. All right? That's contrary to the scriptures. All right? And then even still, when it's something that's fine that we can do, we still got to be in that proper balance. All right? We have to be in that balance. All right? But it says that, the flesh is weak. All right? This is 2nd Esdras 14 and 14. All right? It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. All right, we got to put off the weak nature. All right, which is this flesh. All right, because it get weak and you just want to, just give heed to it. All right, but you have to be strong, who you really are, your spirit. All right, so I heard a saying, your spirit has a body. All right, your spirit has a body, not your body has a spirit. All right, because we're not our body. We're our spirit, which never dies. All right, our spirit has a body. We, our spirit, that's who we really are, have a body, an abode. All right, where our spirit dwells in this wicked abode of flesh. All right. And that's why we beg the Lord to hasten that day. So we're in the kingdom and the law, statutes, and commandments are written in our minds and our hearts. All right. See, but right now, while we're in that fight, all right, right now, before we get there, we got to, and we're being proved. All right. We're being tested. All right. To see who's going to come out shining like gold. All right. Because those are the ones that's going to get saved who fights right now. Who fights their flesh, who fights the weak nature, all right? Who fights trying to live your best life and want the money, cars, clothes, and the hoes and fame and glory to you. Nah, it's all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right? That's what it's all about. And us going through this fight and all these experiences to gain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding needed for us to continue to be purified and perfected and ultimately in the kingdom of heaven in our right mind and in rulership as righteous rulers. Okay? So let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. All right? Carrying on. This is Philippians, the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 6. It says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto the Most High God. All right. So it says, be careful for nothing. I'm gonna get that definition, the etymology of that word. 4 and 6. So it says, be careful, which is the Greek word merimneo. All right. It says to be anxious, to be troubled with cares. All right. To care for, look out for a thing. It says to seek to promote one's interest. All right. So what our flesh is interested in, I ain't about that. All right. It says caring or providing for. All right. I ain't caring about this flesh. I ain't trying to provide everything my flesh want to do. Then I'm feeding my flesh. All right. I'm feeding my flesh and I'm all about my flesh. If I'm going to provide every lust, of my flesh, everything that my flesh want, then I mind the things of the flesh. All right. I mind, all right, care. All right. If what's on your mind, that's what you care about. What's on your mind all the time, you care about that. All right. But it says, be careful. Matter of fact, be careful for nothing. All right. Here in this present evil world, we ain't trying to just feed our flesh everything, because if we do that, then it equals death. All right. To seek to promote one's interests. All right. Nah, we ain't about that. So be careful for nothing. This is Sirach 17, or Ecclesiasticus 17 and 25. Right. It says, return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. All right. Now we're in this flesh. So it says a just man falleth 7 times. All right. We're going to offend. All right. But it says offend less. All right. So now you got to fight. You got to fight. All right. That's who the Lord is coming to save. Those who fought. But those who just had whatever, this is who I am. Yeah, I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to do, no, that's not what it's about. We're here to go through all these things right now. All right. We're here to go through all these things. The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. This is not for us to live our best life right here and right now. All right. That's why the Lord said, blessed are those who's not offended in me. All right. You can't be offended that, hey, make your body a living sacrifice. This ain't for us to live our best life and have the money, cars, clothes, and the hoes and success and fame right now. All right. We have to wait. All right. He said, wait ye upon me. So carrying on, I'm going to go to this Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8 and 1. It says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahushua. No condemnation. All right. To those who are in our Lord and Savior Yahushua. All right. You won't be condemned with the world. You won't be condemned to that death by pain, by that fire, that weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right. So there is therefore now no condemnation to them that are in Yahushua. Who's in Yahushua? Those who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. So if you trying to live your best life and you after the flesh and whatever it is, and you believe in these heathen nations and promote, living your best life and promote, just doing whatever it is that your flesh want to do. All right. Then you don't walk in Yahushua. All right. It says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Yahushua hath made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh, all right, because the flesh was weak. All right. And the law couldn't make us perfect because we couldn't do it perfectly. All right. It says the Most High sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh, because he did it perfectly, man. All right. He was that perfect sacrifice. All right. With no blemishes. All right, verse 4, it says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. All right, so the righteousness of the law is going to be fulfilled in those who walk not after the flesh. All right, could you say you not walking after the flesh? All right, you're not trying to live your best life. You're not sitting up here doing the things that's contrary to the scriptures. All right. And if you fail, you was just hurt. You was mad at yourself. All right. You may have went on a fast. All right. And proved that, hey, you was hurt. All right. Because we don't like to go off. We don't like to do wrong. All right. It says, matter of fact, it says, verse 4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. All right. And that Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah 17 and 5. It says, thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart, whose mind departed from the Lord. All right. Whose mind departed from the Lord. When you depart from the Lord and you ain't about righteousness and faith and showing your faith by your works. All right. Rehearsing the righteous acts. All right. Not about this present evil world. All right. So it says, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm. All right. If that's who you are, then you curse. If you say that, hey, you your flesh, and hey, whatever it is that your flesh want to do. All right. Here it is nowadays. People could be like, well, I feel like I'm here it is, a 50-year-old man talking about, well, he feels like he's a 7-year-old girl. All right. Because of the lust of his flesh. All right. What's the word they use? I forget the word that they use to say that basically this is, who they are, this is who I am. I a man saying, oh no, I'm actually a woman. A woman saying, oh no, I'm a man. All right. No. See, that's the lust of their flesh, man. And they think that they're their flesh. All right. You got to fight your flesh. Because like Paul said, man, in my flesh dwelleth no good thing. Because the flesh, it wants to do everything contrary, all right, to righteousness. All right. It wants to do everything contrary to righteousness. And that's why you have to fight. All right. But if you have faith, the Lord is going to help you. All right. Get through those battles. All right. So going back to this Romans 8 and Romans 8 and 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. That's what's on your mind. All right. And that's what you go after. Whatever it is that your flesh want to do, and whatever your flesh want to do is contrary to righteousness. All right. After your flesh, being carnal. All right. It says to be carnally minded is death. All right. It says, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Well, verse 6, for to be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God. All right. The carnal mind is enmity, hatred against God. For it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. You can't please God if you're trying to live your best life here in this present evil world, investing in the long term here in this present evil world. All right? Because it's not going to get better until the Lord comes and put a judgment on this place. All right? Because it says the seed of the evil seed was planted. And until it's turned upside down, until it's destroyed, there's nothing that's going to come but evil. More and more evil, more and more wickedness. All right? Because that's what was sown. Just like, matter of fact, I said it. I might as well get it. All right? This is one of my favorites. Right. This is 2nd Esdras 4:28. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown. All right. So in this present evil world, the evil is sown. It says, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. So where the place where the evil is sown, which is this present evil world, we still here. Evilness is still going on. It's getting worse and worse. All right. It says the destruction thereof is not yet come. Verse 29. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. And what's sown with good? The kingdom of heaven. We read that in that 2nd Esdras 7. All right. That's filled with all good things, all righteousness. All right. In the kingdom of heaven, that's going to be ruled by the righteous nation, the Israelites. All right. See, but it says it cannot come that is sown with good until this place is destroyed. So you can't invest your mind and your time in this present evil world continuing on or in getting better. It's not going to get better. I just read it. All right. So you would want to beg the Lord to hasten that day and not be a part of this present evil world. Forsake this present evil world. Make your body a living sacrifice. Fight. All right. Fight that flesh and all that it wants to do. Because in our flesh dwelleth no good thing. If I went according to my flesh, man, I'd be doing all type of wickedness, man. All type of wickedness. To this day, my flesh want to do that, and thoughts come to my mind. I'd be like, man, and that's when you got to rebuke the tempter. Man, get on up out of here. All right? Get on up out of here. No, I'm not feeding you, man. Now, once again, you might, get a nice juicy cheeseburger every now and again. All right? You might, deal with a female who don't have a husband, a boyfriend, or anything like that. All right? You might, do whatever it is that you like that's not a sin, that's not contrary to righteousness. All right? But even in that, you still are going to be in the right balance. All right? So carrying on back in this Romans chapter 8 and 9. It says, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of God dwelleth in you. Now any man have not the spirit Now if any man have not the spirit of Yahushua, he is none of his. And if Yahushua be in you, the body is dead because of sin. But the spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yahushua from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Yahushua from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you. And so we living in Yahushua. We're dead to this world. All right. It says, therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh to live after the flesh. For if you lived after the flesh, ye shall die. But if through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. All right. And so we continue to mortify the deeds of the body and what it wants. All right. Because what it wants is totally contrary to life. All right. Ultimately. Now, yeah, your flesh want to do things and it'll be fun to you. All right. See, but at the end of it, it equals death. See, but we're going to have the ultimate fun in the kingdom. All right. So we wait on that. Okay. Carrying on. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 24. I'm almost done. It says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run. All right. So run that ye may obtain. All right. Come on. Join the race. Join the fight. All right. Fight that ye may obtain. All right. You want to obtain salvation. To hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. You fought a good fight. All right. It says, verse 25, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. I just talked about that balance. All right. Being temperate in all things. All right. All the things that you even do in this world that's, is fine. It's not a sin. All right. It says, but in that be balanced. Be temperate in all things. All right. It says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainty, so fight I. Paul said, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. It says, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection. All right. I bring this flesh into subjection. It says, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. All right. So we have to fight and bring our body into subjection, because this is not us. Because if we was just going to mind the flesh and do the things of the flesh, then that equal death. All right. Then we have enmity with the Most High God. All right. Hatred. Okay. Man, that's beautiful, man. All right. We got to fight. We got to run. It says, so run that ye may obtain. Come on and run in this fight. All right. Pace yourself. All right. Because it's a marathon. Okay. My last scripture, 2nd Esdras 2 and 38, I'll start at. It says, arise and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. The number of thy children, these are those that's going to fight. All right. These are those that's going to put off the weak nature. All right. These are going to mortify the deeds of the flesh. These are those who's, I ain't trying to live my best life in a sinking ship. I ain't trying to sit up here and, just try to live my best life in a place of just total wickedness and you never know what's going to happen. Nah. But anyway, verse 41, it says, the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people who I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. Man, well done, my good and faithful servant. Here's your crown. You know, those who fought, you better fight, man. Fight your flesh. We got something waiting for us. All right, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you chosen children of the Most High God. All right, see, but we understand 2/3 of our people, which is more than the 1/3 who's slated for salvation. All right, 2/3 of our people, they ain't gonna fight. 2/3 of our people, they all engulfed in this world, all right? And they're gonna have to pay. And it's not gonna be pretty. All right, it says, which I marvel at greatly. Verse 44, it says, so I asked the angel and said, sir, what are these? Verse 45, it says, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Man, that's put off the mortal, this death, and put on the immortal. All right, fight. That's what it's all about right now. All right, to get our inheritance, we had to go through this fight. It says, through much tribulation shall ye enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right, and rule it, man, and be part of that hierarchy. All right, the aristocrats, the creme de la creme, all right, of the Israelites. These people, you know, of our people that's so-called got fame now. Nah, those who put off the mortal right now, who fought, even though they in this flesh, and they flesh, hey, wanted to do all manner of stuff too, but they fought it. All right, those gonna be, you talking about fame. Man, it says, if you suffered, the Lord said, if you suffer with me, you will be glorified with me. All right, so that's what it's all about, y'all, man. You gotta have that understanding. Don't get duped into continuing to give heed and credence to our enemies, who this is they world right now. All right, but they're gonna have to pay. All right, and it's gonna be, I mean, crucial. All right, death by pain, dwelling in torments, weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, I don't want no part of that. So anyway, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you Akim pushing this word in truth and sincerity. And with that, Shalom, Abad Babal.